Check, check, 1 2 1 2. Yes, now, bless now. Do not forget the rest now. Des at King of the Pit TV, signing in once again. NOFX today, people. NOFX's first record. I just had to have a quick check at NOFX's catalogue to see what their first record was. They've put out a lot of music, and they were established surprisingly early, in my opinion. I didn't know this band were formed in '83. So realistically, you know, it's punk rock. You might not want to call it hardcore. There is hardcore punk elements, but these dudes were on the forefront of when hardcore punk was really established, and I think that's pretty cool. I thought they might have come about late 80s at a stretch, and supposedly they didn't find their real big break until 11 years later when Punk in Drublet got put out. So this one's liberal animation, okay? Some of these songs are quite short, so I might do two songs in one video on occasion. But this one's entitled Shut Up Already. I'm sure it's about me drearing on. Let's go. So Mike's got this real angst to his voice, which, from what I've heard of NOFX in their later years, you know, sort of gets drowned out for holding a melody and being a little more composed. This is going to be a really cool experience, listening to the roots of this band. This is going to, as far as punk rock goes, yeah, punk is what you make of it, but a lot of the good stuff derives from, the youth and the youthful energy and the explosive energy and the angsty energy. And I think we're really going to see some cool stuff. I'm looking forward to this. I'll tell you what, it's very metal as well. The intro was metal with the chugging, and we've got dun 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 dun, like some heavy metal gallops there. I know that we did have triplets during early like hardcore and punk bands, but the aggression within that triplet right there sounded very heavy metal. Who inspired this band? No! Fiction! Meat is murder! Animals are fetting! Shut your trap already! I don't want to listen and I'm tired of thinking about what's in my kitchen! Earth began when I'm drowning when you're taking our life, it would eat you up! It just feels like it wants to fall apart at any minute. They definitely didn't record this to a click track. A little bit of Zeppelin there, let's go back.
move, really cool when you're really through.
They even threw the echo on there. Alright, cool. I'm sure there's going to be a lot of insider jokes in this. A lot of politics I won't necessarily be able to, consciously link onto because I'm not too educated in that department. But we got Freedom coming next. It's 46 seconds long, so we're going to blend it into track 3, which is entitled Here Comes the Neighborhood. Alright, I think we're going to have a lot of twists and turns on this record because already we're experimental within the very first tune. From the get-go though, NOFX were cracking jokes on about liberal animation and stuff. Always been very quirky. The artwork is very good as well for a debut. You know what I mean? Especially in 83 when, I don't know how old these lot were. But whoever's done the artwork has done quite a cool job, right? Des, King of the Pit TV. We're listening to Liberal Animation, NOFX's first record. This one's entitled Freedom, and we're going to listen to Here Comes the Neighborhood straight after, considering the length of this song. Let's go.
Mow! 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 Don't even talk to we cannot say. Family to do when you cannot take away.
A vocal performance like the Crucifix, if you've ever heard them before.
Freedom of expression just full of shit. Just in a park in American politics. Fuck you.
I reckon NOFX must have been a fan of the Crucifix through some way or another, because they seem like they share the same energy. This one's entitled Here Comes the Neighborhood. Let's go. Right, so we had a little bit of reggae, a little bit of ska from the get-go in this band. Which is kind of mad. Like, I'm gonna show my naivety here, but this, when did this record come out? Because this is an early blend of punk and ska music. I mean, Two Tone sort of, you could argue, had punk influences, especially the Specials and the like. But yeah, this is some early third wave. It's still probably an adequate amount of money, but this is a budget recording, budget production. Have you ever heard of the band, oh dude, what are they called? Assorted Jelly Beans. They came later than NOFX, but they had a sound like this. What guitarist having the time of their life at this moment in this tune. mean, there's such a whirlpool of different influences and elements in this band at this moment in time. I mean, we started off with a nice calm reggae, and we've just rushed into this punk, hardcore, metal blend to the highest degree. Each one of these genres shares its own little piece, and it's just an absolute I don't know what to call it. I mean, it's definitely messy. I'm not gonna lie, it's messy, but I don't say that in a negative sense. Listen to those drums, man. The drummer giving you a drum kit punk 101 over there. The whole thing feels like it just wants to collapse. Wow. Next we've got the A200 Club followed by Sloppy English. We're going to check them both out at the same time. Let's keep things moving. Des, King of the Pit TV. We're listening to NOFX's Liberal Animation record, which was the first full length they put out. Production value isn't fantastic, not that I would expect it to be. Music as a whole is very experimental so far. There's so many different ideas going on. So we've got a 1 minute 56 tune, and we're going to listen to that running into Sloppy English, which is 1 minute 21. Let's check it out. The drummer's playing like some wild European-esque D-beat, sort of stuff that we got going on now, to be honest with you. I mean, I'm speaking of American acts, but you got like Gas Rag and a band called Physique and stuff. The drums sound just like that, just crazy fast. I mean, it might not literally be a D-beat. Like, let me double check that. Yeah, fuck knows, but you know what I mean. Would I say it's ahead of its time? What else does it sound like? Oh, let's keep it moving. Let's keep it moving.
Take my balls. I don't like this feeling. I don't like it at all. I got grabs. I got grabs. I got grabs.
A little bit of childishness here. Song about crabs. The drummer on this record is wild. The drummer is like rock and rolling, man. Did they hold on to this drummer for long? None of the drums I associate with NOFX sound like this.
I got grabs. I got grabs. I got grabs.
Here we go. Trade-off solos there. I don't know if it's the same guitarist doing the same thing or what. Recording production for both guitars on separate tapes. or if both of the guitarists can also play a mean lead guitar as well. And obviously by mean, I mean just tap on the fretboard for a minute, my bad. Cool, let's keep it moving. Sloppy English coming up right about now.
Before we were using Monday.com, our team was drowning.
Before we were using Monday.com. Oh, sweater. Let's go. Sloppy English.
I play fool 'cause I'm no fool. I play fool because I'm cool. I play fool after school. I play fool all the time. Your left hand
This record's so frantic, it's all over the place. It can't hold itself together, it's absolutely crazy.
and right. I shoot and drink all through the night. That's sloppy English.
I assure you at some point NOFX started using the click track. I have no doubt that NOFX started to use a click track at some point in their career, but I have no idea where.
Does me just right. I drink down that old English all the time. I hold my stick on the hold my dick. It doesn't care for when I left the trip. I use that sloppy English all the time.
Right, what do I have to comment on? Nothing too much, balls to the wall speed. This is punk rock. This really is punk rock. I bet it was live at the events during this time. I mean, they might not have picked up any time too fast, but for those who started getting into them, probably had the right good time. Right, next one's entitled You Put the Chocolate in My Peanut Butter. What that means, I have no idea. Do I want to know? We've got a clean guitar to start it. So, Des, King of the Pit TV. This one's entitled You Put the Chocolate in My Peanut Butter. What I'm going to expect, I have no idea. Let's go. It's an emotional one. That transition was clean. I like that. They really got this drummer playing as fast as he physically can. I'm just really involved with the drummer during this record, to be fair. Absolutely thrashing.
It's just like you.
I'd go as far as saying this is thrash metal. You know what I mean? This is like crossover thrash, straight up.
You left me, not by permission. You never even apologize. You burned the chocolate on my peanut butter. Did not present for me to fast. You burned the chocolate on my peanut butter. Did not present for me to smash. Don't touch us. Don't touch us.
Oh, do you know that reference? No justice, it's just us. That's a Agnostic Front reference. Was that for the first record, Victim in Pain? No Justice, it's just
Don't trust us! You put your tongue out of my peanut butter. You put your tongue in my peanut butter. You put your tongue in my peanut butter. You put your tongue in my peanut butter.
You know, I'd also say there's a lot of classic rock in here as well. Obviously, there's a cheeky tongue-in-cheek homage to Led Zeppelin right on the first track, but it continues to exist on a serious basis throughout it. All of these single guitar lick riffs and melodies, very classic rock in my opinion. How can you tell me that in classic rock slash, you know what I mean, metal, like first wave heavy metal? Quality. Next one we got Mr. Jones coming up, alright people? After a cheeky little advertisement from ASOS. This is a wild ride, this. I'm going to stick with my opinion in saying this is a crossover thrash record, you know. Des, King of the Pit TV, this one's Mr. Jones. You know what we're listening to, you know how we listen to it, and we're going to go straight into it. Let's go. I almost clicked the link again. Let's go. I've been listening to a couple of records as of recent who've done really well in what they've done within, you know, extreme metal and hardcore sort of genres, but they've never really shifted off of their centre. This record, you don't know what's going to come up next, you don't know what ideas are going to come out, you don't know where they're going to go, and that's what I'm enjoying. You know, it's very easy to find a sound and just stick to that sound and then just sort of drill it, but we're not getting it with this record. It's really cool in that regard, because I can always have something to comment on and react to, as opposed to I've kind of heard that the last 15 songs, you know what I mean? That transition into the build-up was nice, with that little bass filling the way. Yo, as sort of as how sketchy a punk rock band this is, like as how sort of balls to the walls, let's give it a go, and if it fucks up sort of style of sound this band is created with this record. They obviously have a great background in music regarding being punk rockers, these solos coming out left, right, and centre. This bassist doing all these fills. The drummer just going off the wall. And we got Mike doing his thing up front, obviously playing an instrument at the same time, I would assume.
I can't seem to live without you. Without you, what's the point? I wasn't born with a silver brain spoon.
If you were one of the cows on that album artwork, which cow would you be?
Do I still have any choice? No! Cause I know what you need.
Every 10-20 seconds, we blast into a different section or we got another idea. It's more complicated than I initially assumed it would be.
I control your
Or it's been more complicated than I've given it credit for, really.
mind. I roll up your sleeves. I'm in time to find.
I like that little count into the cadence. Da, da, da. Definitely heard that somewhere before. We got Vegetarian Mumbo Jumbo next. So we had a little shut up already, which was in regards to people's eating habits. Now we're going to delve into another one. And of course we can see from the concept of the artwork and the song title, Fat Mike had a few things to get off his chest during this
Roxy,
period.
get unlimited social
So,
media.
let's keep it moving. Yes, now, bless now, people. Don't forget the rest now. Des signing in once again. I'll tell you what, this listen through hasn't been an entire listen through because I'm sure, as you could tell, we got a little more natural lighting in right about now. You know how we do it. I've had a little sleep in between, okay? So I might come across a little bit tired. I might yawn, but I don't mean it in disrespect to the great band NOFX. This one's entitled Vegetarian Mumbo Jumbo. Let's keep it moving. After the ad, of course. On a side note, whilst this ad sorts itself out, I'm not too big a fan of like quirkiness and edginess and, well, edginess is alright, but like jokes in music. I can let it go for NOFX though, as they don't necessarily take themselves too serious in an audio format as well. Whereas like beat down hardcore bands and like tough guy bands and stuff like that who incorporate jokes into things, I approach it from a completely different manner. But NOFX, especially from the get-go, have always been like, you know, having a laugh. That's important, innit? So this one's Vegetarian Mumbo Jumbo. Apologies for the quality of the artwork on the screen. That's just what the uploader is giving me to deal with. Call it relatively simple, and both of the guitars are just bouncing off of each other with the same idea, but the way this is panned, as simple as it is, I've never heard it done before. I don't think I've ever heard this done before, where the guitar is done a call and response, back and forth, back and forth. A good roast beef is a dead roast beef. I love shredded beef. There's a very light, what sounds like a snare in the background. I don't know if that's some sort of, I don't think it is a metronome. It's, they've needed something there to keep the beat, and we've got a I think it's a light snare in the back if you can pay attention. It's ever so faint.
I don't want tofu. I'd rather have a mouthful of beef stew. I don't wanna be a vegetarian. Why eat beef when you can have steak instead?
Yeah, I'll tell you what, right? I'm not a vegetarian or a vegan for that matter. I do eat meat. I'm a bit too old for this sort of lyrical content. It's a little bit childish in it, but it's what to be expected, so I'm not going to hate because of that. The ideas and instrumental's still good.
Don't feel bad about eating something that's dead. Why should I be sad? Who comes getting it in the head? So I like eating fish. Tell me what's wrong with this? How can you blame me for eating chicken on the sea? Vegetarian. Don't waste your breath yelling at me about animal rights and how they should be free.
I mean, people get into punk initially during the early stage, as long as you're not like too old and you still hold on to some of that bit of edgy angst, which sort of draws a lot of people into punk initially. I can definitely see how you can take this route of just, I hate vegetarians. I'm sick of them telling me what I can and can't eat because of so many little circumstances and maybe a few bands that are sort of taking flight in the scene at that moment in time. But for every NOFX, there's about 100,000 different bands who just flop flat on their face doing the same thing. NOFX managed to make it work.
'Cause it's survival of the fittest. And we're winning. I don't feel bad about eating something that's dead. Why should I be sad? The chicken's being force fed. So I like eating fish. Tell me what's wrong with this? How can you blame me for eating chicken on the sea? Vegetarian. Go fighting.
Alright, that was Vegetarian Mumbo Jumbo. I really like the intro section. Just the context of the song. It was just really corny to me. So, I'll brush that one off. We're not offended over here. We just think it's very childish. Right. NOFX, Beer Bong. This is track number 9 of 14 on Liberal Animation. I don't have anything else more to say. Let's keep it moving. Let's go.
If I want some beer, I don't want to hear how I beat the show. Cause I can just flow, cause I be the beer bong. One thing very long, for me to be down, from me under the ground. I'm drinking beer too slow. Beer bong's the way to go. Go, go, don't drink too slow.
It's the little things Them samples were cool. It's the little things.
The way to go.
I don't like hearing people burp, to be honest with you, but I like the crack of the can.
Go. Don't drink too slow. You're wrong. If I want some beer, I don't want to hear the high music show. Cause I can too slow, cause I can leave me wrong. Or they dirty long, want me to bend down. Don't beat up to the ground. You're drinking beer too slow. Beer on the way to go. Don't drink too slow. You're wrong. Break it down.
My man Rough 1980 says the greatest song of their greatest album. Wow, that's a bold statement. That's a bold statement. 1980. This guy has in his username, so this guy might be an older Ed. Yeah, come on.
Now.
Cool, that was Beer Bong. Ruthless, hardcore punk tune, that. We've got Peace coming up next. And considering it's relatively short, we're going to listen to Peace and then blend it into I Live in a Cake, alright? So hold on to your little todges, people. I'm sure we've got a whale of a time coming up. The next few songs are going to be quite short, which is very cool. I like that. Right. There's King of the Pit TV. This one's entitled Peace. We're going to listen to track 10 and 11 in one sitting, considering they're both relatively short. We're listening to NOFX, their first record. So far, it's been alright. It's a bit, you know, I like youthful energy, but this one's a bit too all over the place for me as of so far. I mean, NOFX really learned how to write a great song later on down the line, didn't they? And it's interesting to see the roots, because the musicianship, the craft is definitely there. This one's entitled Peace. Not hippie peace, but piece of cake.
Fight for peace, but where's the war? What the fuck are you doing this for? Sadie's Garment, is that a team? That's not the...
You know what, there's a relatively modern hardcore band, which I think is defunct now, who are really good, called Mob Rules, alright? And yeah, in fact Mike kinda sounds like the frontman of that band in this performance, I think.
The way that looks to me, the way you leather jacket, but you won't eat me. These months, get drunk, fight your hair, go out, hang out. Do you really care? There's always the answer. Lightning close to shit. If you want some changes, you'll be. System, that's what they say, but they live by every day. Full stamps, welfare checks, would you rather starve? Where you gonna...
Yo, hold on. Mob Rules was a UK-based band, which sort of verged on like, I don't know, I didn't really see them. They verged more so on like Power Violence sort of vibe, I think. I detract what I just said, right? The Rival Mob is the band that sounded like this, okay? Not Mob Rules, the Rival Mob, alright? Easy mistake to make, innit? So, if you like this sound, check out that band. I'm sure you'll be very pleased with the Rival Mob. They're a great band, really catchy band. Check them out.
Dragon, but you won't eat meat. These bugs get drunk. like your hair.
Yo, I'm really tired this morning. Just to re-clarify, that was the rival mob, not Mob Rules.
Go out, hang out. Do you really care? Don't you feel ridiculous now? As your wardrobe comes from a cow. Do you believe in anarchy? Or you really trying to be?
Right, we had a little cheeky anti-punk anthem coming into I Live in a Cake. What sort of cake, I wonder? If you could live in a cake, what sort of cake would you live in? I'd just take a nice Victoria sponge. Nothing too much going on. Nothing too much to get in the way whilst I'm chilling out. Nice, simple, soft sponge. No comments. Right. So one of these days it might load. And we can listen to I Live in a Cake. Des, King of the Pit TV, this is I Live in a Cake. I don't even know why I'm doing the introduction, because we're blending it in from Peace. Let's go.
I live in a cake, the one that I made. Don't wanna hear about my mistakes. This isn't just a date.
Thing with this production, and I know that YouTube has probably butchered it just as much as it has done the album artwork, but there's a lot of cutting in and out with the guitar lines, don't you think? Like, they're not very consistent at all. They'll just clip all the time.
I live in a cake, the one that I made. Try not to worry about what's at stake. Why am I not safe?
Was that it? That flew by a lot faster than I expected. I know it was only a minute long. I live in a cake. Something about a mistake. Nothing too much to pay attention to at this point. Let's keep it moving. There's King of Pit TV, no problems. This is track number 12. Have we got any comments? Epic. And Emilio says Uber song. Send them running and screaming, says Steve Schlack. Right, no problems. Little bluesy number.
I got no problem.
This is a good tune. This is just high octane hardcore punk. This is a really good tune.
What kind of problem? What kind of problem? Right.
When I say hardcore punk, yeah, I'm still erring on the fact that this is probably, I would say this is crossover thrash metal for the most part. Blazing. I think that was one of my favourite tunes on the record. That could be my favourite tune on the record, because you know we're not cracking too many jokes. It's just straightforward. There's no in and out. There's no sort of corny riffs in my opinion. I like that one. So let's keep it moving. This one's on the rag. Let's go. Anti-vegetarian, anti-punk, anti-woman on the rag. Let's go.
Just leave me alone. Stop yelling at me. Leave me alone. When it's your time to bleed. It's that time out of my stand to betray. Stop yelling at me. I know you got to plug yourself up, but why do you have to take it out on me? Just leave me alone. Stop yelling at me. Leave me alone. When it's your time to bleed.
Yeah, bassist hit it out of the park with that one, didn't he? Bassist was having a right time. Check this comment out by Steve. Back when NOFX were hardcore punk and not pop punk, I prefer this. My man Steve Schlack, who's popped up on a couple of videos now. Everything they've done is gold. Don't be elitist, it's unbecoming. I want to give a shout out to Steve Schlack. This next and last song is going to be dedicated to him. Duda says NOFX is the best band in hardcore. NOFX, the best is band hardcore. I'm sure that's what he meant. Right, let's finalise. Truck Stop Blues coming up next. The relatively longer song at 3 minutes 6. And then I can pop out and see the local fair. See what I go on. See if there's aught I want to pick up. I'm hoping for some organic honey, to be honest with you. Tasty stuff, tasty stuff. So, Des, King of the Pit TV, signing in. We're finishing off the record Liberal Animation. Let's have a quick scan of the comments as we always do, or as we've started to do. An oldie but beautiful song, peace my friends. And Multigun says, genius. What more do we need to introduce this tune? Let's see what's going on, let's go. With the title of the track, I won't be surprised if it was a acoustic song from start to finish. Just to finalise the record, you know how NOFX do it. Who's your favourite cow on the front?
Nowhere to go. Too many days without a show. It's 4 a.m. and I sip from my cup. 5 a.m. The sun's coming up.
It's coming up.
My body, yeah, shifted from the touring mode. Trying to sleep with the man on
With NOFX playing loads and loads back in the day. Because this is a song regarding that, innit? Touring.
the road. Gotta find a place where I can sleep. I've got the truck stop blues, taking care of myself, paying my dues, living life day by day. I've got the truck stop blues, don't think I'd have it any other way.
Yo, whenever something's entitled blues, it's also codename for the guitarist to show off with a few licks. It has to be. Not much to comment on. I know it's punk rock to sing out of key and so forth, but Fat Mike's singing definitely came on and progressed a lot more through the years. Only speaking in regards to what NOFX tunes I know from the later period, if not the 90s, you know what I mean? So that's me signing out. Overall, you know, I will give my review on this record and my rating. It will be in a separate video and it'll be on my Patreon though, so feel free to check that out. If not, stay tuned. You know, we'll continue releasing music, we'll continue checking out music, and we've always got something to say. So I'm signing out, people. One love.